Hi friends! Today I have a cool book called The Frog Alphabet Book, and the best thing about it is it's not just frogs. It's lots of different types of amphibians. Here we go. Got some newt earrings on. Whoop. It's called The Frog Alphabet Book and Other Awesome Amphibians. A is for Amazon horned frog. This frog looks like it has sharp horns above its eyes, but the points are fake stems that help make the frog look like a leaf on the ground. You look like a leaf? B is for blue-legged strawberry frog. See his blue legs? This little frog may look cute, but it's very poisonous. It looks like it is wearing blue gloves and blue stockings. Be on the lookout for more poisonous frogs in this book. C is for crested newt. All newts are salamanders, but not all salamanders are newts. The crested newt has a wavy crest along its back that makes it look different from other newts. Let's find another creature that begins with the letter C. A crawling Sicilian. Not many people know about Sicilians. They are amphibians that have no arms and no legs. They look like snakes or worms. D is for dumpy green tree frog. Some frogs live in the water. Tree frogs climb and live in trees. If the dumpy green tree frog had friends, what do you think they would call him? This frog is from Australia. E is for eft. In the olden days, newts were called efts. Some newts are still called efts when they leave the water to go live on land for a few years. The one on this page is a red eft. I didn't know that. F is for fire-bellied toad. When this toad wants to scare off another animal, it leans its head back and shows its bright red belly. It may look like it has red nail polish on, but frogs don't have any fingernails. You see its fingernails? What look like fingernails? G is for Goliath Frog. This is the biggest frog in the world, and it can jump farther than any other frog. It comes from Cameroon in Africa. The smallest frog in the world is the size of your baby fingernail. H is for hellbender. Hellbenders are giant salamanders that stay in the water. When fishermen accidentally catch hellbenders, they sometimes cut their hooks and lines rather than touch them. Hellbenders are from the United States. They're also called devil dogs. I is for Ichthyostega. Millions of years ago, the Ichthyostega was the first creature to leave the water. It was the first amphibian, but now it's extinct. J is for Japanese giant salamander. This is the largest amphibian on Earth. It is found at high altitudes in cold, shallow, swift-moving streams. The Japanese giant salamander is similar to a hellbender, but even bigger. You see it okay? That's big. K is the first letter of a knocking sand frog, even though it doesn't sound like it. The sand frogs of South Africa grow to be about an inch long. Not too big. The knocking sand frog makes a sound similar to someone knocking on a wooden door. Knock, knock. Who's there? L. O is for leopard frog. The leopard frog has spots. It got its name from the spotted leopard. There are other North American frogs with mammal names. The sheep frog, the squirrel tree frog, bullfrog, mink frog, and believe it or not, the pig frog. M. M is for midwife toad. When the mother midwife toad lays a string of eggs, the father midwife toad wraps the eggs around his hind legs and carries them on his back. This is an unusual way for a toad to protect its eggs. The midwife toad is from Europe. N. N is for narrow-mouthed frog. This frog does not hop or jump. It waddles. Its little mouth is perfect for eating ants and other small insects. The narrow-mouthed frog on this page can dig a hole with its back legs and bury itself. Here it looks like it's in some sand or something. O. Ah. I don't know how to say this one. Ah is for olm, maybe. The olm has teeny-weeny legs. Maybe it's an olm, I don't know. Its eyes are covered with skin, and it can barely see. Olms live in caves, where there is hardly any light. Ah, that's an interesting-looking creature. P. P is for poison arrow frog. Yikes! Poison arrow frogs! These are the most colorful of all amphibians. The bright colors are a warning for other animals to stay away. Hurry up, turn the page! Phew. Q. Qu is for, for Quito tree frog. The Quito tree frog is green and therefore can hide from its enemies by blending in with the green leaves. This frog is from Ecuador. R. Is for red-eyed tree frog. This frog might be the most awesome of all the Central and South American rainforest frogs. Oh, maybe I've seen one in here, just in captivity. If people keep cutting down the rainforest, these beautiful frogs will have no place to live. S. S is for spring peeper. This is a noisy frog. Peep, peep. When lots of them are peeping nearby. Peep, peep. It's hard to go to sleep. Peep, peep. This is one of the most common frogs in the United States. Peep, peep. Let's read about another amphibian that begins with the letter S. Peep, peep, croak, peep, ribbit, peep, peep. S. S is also for Suriname Toad. This amphibian is really different. Maybe it should be called the pancake toad. It looks as though a truck ran over it and flattened it. Oh no! S is also for Slimy Salamander. This salamander has no lungs. It breathes through its skin. When you pick it up, it leaves a sticky, slimy goo on your hand that is really hard to wash off. Slimy Salamander is its real name. T. T is for tadpole. Frogs lead a double life. When they hatch from their eggs, they become tadpoles. Tadpoles swim and they breathe through their gills, much like fish. Tadpoles eventually grow legs, lose their tails, and become frogs. Frogs breathe air through their lungs, just like you do. So first they breathe like fish through their gills, and then they breathe like us through their lungs. U. Is for undiscovered frog. Is also for unnamed frog. All over the world there are dozens of frogs that have not yet been discovered. Maybe someday someone like you will find a new frog and call it the unbelievable frog. V. V is for valley and ridge salamander. This salamander has a long tail and a long name. It sounds as though people could not decide whether to call it a valley salamander or a ridge salamander. It's probably found in both places. W. W is for water dog. Water dogs and mud puppies are big salamanders. Their gills are on the outside of their bodies. Water dogs do not bark, and mud puppies seldom live in the mud, so it's hard to figure out how they got their names. X. X. Oop, doesn't actually say X, but the X makes a X sound. This guy is called a Xenolaevus. Xenopus laevus. Xenopus laevus is a scientific name for a clawed frog. Clawed frogs are excellent swimmers. They have tiny claws on the ends of their fingers that help them dig in the mud for food. Y. Y is for Yosemite Toad. There's a national park called Yosemite, not too far from us, and there's a toad called the Yosemite Toad. The toad can be found in the park. Toads are frogs that have adapted to living on land. Z. Z is for zigzag salamander. We looked in a zillion places for a frog, toad, salamander, or newt that began with the letter Z. The zigzag salamander has a zigzag design along its back. Whew! Says now that we have finished the alphabet, maybe you would like to know that there are 3 living orders of amphibians. You guys might already know this. There are, I'm not sure how to say these, but Anura, those without tails, frogs and toads, or Caudata, those with tails, which are salamanders and newts, or Apoda or Apoda, those without feet, which are like the Sicilians. There are no ocean amphibians. The end. See you later.